March the 19th. Celandines and violets. The star-shaped shiny yellow flowers of the lesser celandine, Ranunculus ficaria, are now everywhere. The plant has noticeably glossy leaves and flowers with 8 or 9 petals, but occasionally up to 13. It reproduces asexually, using bulbils, producing patches of flowers that are only above the surface for 1/3 of the year. In the past, it was called pilewort, indicating its own medicinal value, as the tubers or bulbils at its base were thought to look like hemorrhoids. Nicholas Culpeper, 1616 to 1654, the famous charlatan herbalist of Spitalfields, tells us he used celandine to cure his own daughter of the king's evil, scrofula, in just a week. Gerard said it was good for purging the head of foul and filthy humours. Traditionally, it never opens before 9 a.m. and closes by 5 p.m., refusing to open at all if it's raining. There are many different cultivars to be found in London's gardens, and there is also a wild subspecies, Ranunculus bulbifer, with double the number of chromosomes. March is the best month to try and identify different violets in the field. All the violets mentioned are possibly flowering in February, can now be seen in greater numbers. That is, Viola odorata, Viola hirta, Viola riviana, and Viola reichenbachiana. When identifying or trying to identify violets, it is important to remember their habitat and smell, the date they were found, and the colour of their spurs. It may also be helpful to note the petal colour, whether the plant is hairy or not, and the shape of its sepals. Open hillsides, such as White Down, have spectacular patches of different coloured violets, providing one of the most enjoyable spectacles of the month. In these more open situations, particularly on the chalk, they favour the hairy violet, Viola hirta. This violet is rarely white and has no runners. In hedges, at the edges of woods, and in woods themselves, Viola riviana, Viola reichenbachiana, and Viola odorata can still be found. Early dog violets, Viola reichenbachiana, as their name suggests, are earlier to flower, being usually 2 or 3 weeks before the common dog violet, Viola riviana. Viola riviana tend to clump, with groups of 20 to 30 flowers, whereas the other violets tend to be more scattered. The spurs of these violets is another way they may now be told apart. The spur of the common dog violet is paler than the petals, and the spur of the early dog violet is darker than its petals, and those of the sweet violet, Viola odorata, are similar in colour. The latter species is probably identified in the field by just smelling it.